Welcome you guys everyone to game number 1 of the series. Ganji up with Portuguese and running up with Malay. There is a lot of waiting to do before we get some action, but it's going to be somewhat alleviated by the fact that players do begin with extra villagers at the beginning of the game. So, for this specific matchup, Malay are an amazing civilization for close maps. And it's certainly a civilization that Rani is going to take advantage of in the later stages of the game. Meanwhile, Ganji, on the other hand, with Portuguese, well, Portuguese are going to have a few options. They're going to certainly have some options available to them, but for the most part, are not a top tier arena civilization at least, and would most likely want to get some good damage done, especially like in the castle age, try to cripple their opponent before they're able to get a massive lead in the later stages of the game. So I think it's going to be timing over here, as usually is the case for the players. And I think Ronnie is going to have the upper hand when it comes down to the sim matchup over here the longer the game goes. Just going to put pressure on Ganji to perform and deal some good damage. Now if we take a look at the map generation, it's pretty close as well. And we have 2 golds over here for the blue player. Yeah. 4 golds, 4 golds. These are not going to be close enough to the walls that he's going to have to worry about it. And then we have some back gold, some back stone over here as well, which is all good. He's got berries on the back as well. And then we go down and take a look at Rani's map generation. And here we go. We're going to have 2 golds as well forward. Pretty similar to what we had before. For the blue player, that is. And then we have the extra gold to the side. As well as some stone over here as well. Which is all good and dandy. And that'll be about it. Well, we do have 1 stone over here for the red player. But then we also have the same situation for the blue player over here. So it's not too bad. You think so? I prefer Ganji's long civilization long term. Not much money can do. Malay can do versus Organs and BBC. You have to get to a good position for that though. And with Portuguese against Malay, it's gonna be difficult because the Malay economy is going to be so much stronger. But if you do get to a good position with the Portuguese, that could be pretty difficult to stop. While go last, after gold runs out, of course. What is the name of the upgrade? Force Levy, I think. Yeah, that's going to come in quite handy. But yeah, Arquebus. Arquebus is something that I would certainly like to see. And I haven't seen a whole lot of from Portuguese in the last couple of months, I would say. But also, don't see Malay killing Castle Age. Yeah, Malay are not going to kill in the Castle Age. So what I was saying is, Portuguese will have to put pressure. My bad. If I said backwards before. He's gonna want to put pressure against Malay in the Castle Age because Malay are going to get better. Well, in my opinion, anyway. We won't have to wait too long though to see what's what, as Ganji's already on his way to the fuel age, much faster than running. And Ryan, on the other hand, he's just gonna go for a straight fast castle over here because of the discount, or actually the faster research time for Malay. He should get to the castle age at about the same time as Ganji. I don't think any sooner than that, but if anything, not particularly later. And interestingly enough, Ganji's already collecting a little bit of stone over here. Perfect timing, I just finished yesterday's VOD. Nice! You watched the whole thing? I did split the VOD into individual videos for each series. But I'm not really sure how visible those were. The VOD section is kind of crappy from Twitch. For what I'm very happy about having my YouTube channel active again. Hey, V fan. Hi as well. Rigged mining camp. It's a pretty good one. And the castle age is on the way now for Ganji. If he gets past 40% of the research time over here before Malay are able to click up to the castle stage, then he's going to have a head start to it. And it seems to me like it's going to be the case. Simply put, Ganji won't be able to actually run it, sorry, won't be able to go for the 2 buildings he needs to go up to the castle age fast enough to prevent that from being the case. So Ganji will be in the castle age faster than running. And it seems like he's going to make a play for the organ guns over here, which I like to see, and it's what I think he should be thinking of. Just last 2 hours I missed. Right. Alright. Did he use the individual videos, or did he use the entire stream bot? Ganji needs Pizzeria. Well, that's one thing I did not really talk about, but it's the one strategy that I have seen for Portuguese use oftentimes when playing on closed maps like this, and it's been usually the case for Winchester, who likes to play fast. He drops a castle, goes for organ guns, then he rushes the Imperial H and goes for Feitoria pretty heavily, but that's not really a strategy that I have seen work too well from Winchester or any other player really. Against similarly skilled players, usually works better against a few hundred lower elo. Which I guess any strategy is going to be more likely to work out. Right? But yeah, he's going for the castle first, and if you take a look at Running, of course Running's got no idea what's coming up necessarily, but he's gonna be going for his own castle as well. He sent some villagers forward and he's been collecting some stone. What are you rated in 1v1? An almighty 1100 after 2 years of inactivity. Should be able to get back to 1400 if I try harder, but not much higher than that. It would certainly take some grinding to get past 1400. Yeah, the cast is coming up. Let me take a look at Ganji's point of view. Yeah, that is correct, VV fan. Or so the game says. You're way better than 1100? Well, yeah, once again, it's because of inactivity. I didn't play Age of Empires for like 2 years. I've been focusing just on casting, so I play my placement matches without practicing at all. Those were awful games. Plenty of idle TC time, lackluster mechanics, and I was left on 1170 something. I don't know, but I did a conversion the other day from my old bully rank in the current distribution of ranks in Age of Empires DE, and I concluded that if I try hard, I should be able to get to high 1300s, probably low 1400s, but not much higher than that. So if I wanted to get to 16, 1700 or 2k, that would take some serious grinding. How come you don't play anymore? Well, there is a lot of work that goes into the things that I do behind the scenes, and many of those things are not directly visible to viewers. But yeah, I've been prioritizing content creation for the most part this last 2 years or so. Been participating in tournaments quite a lot, not as a player, but doing production work for graphics and administrative work as well. And also a lot of studying too, to learn things that I'm gonna use to make the stream better in the future and make better content as well. So yeah, I haven't really prioritized playing. Also, because sometimes there is so much Age of Empires that I fear if I play Age of Empires when I am not streaming Age of Empires, I'm going to get burnt out of the game, and given the fact that it's my livelihood, I really would rather not. No, monks! Is it Bohemians? Yeah. Dal Monastery is over here for running. Time for a challenge note to a 1v1 reward. Yeah, I don't know if I'm too fond of having people force me play the game using channel points. But when the time counts that I'll be able to start playing more seriously once again, maybe. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that! Is the conversion coming up? The conversion is not connecting, they're running. Lock over here. It's not good. We have organs over here on the back. He does manage to get one conversion though. I've been thinking about playing again, by the way. I've been thinking about playing again. I've been thinking about bringing the webcam back on. That's something that I've been considering, and that's something that, if it happens, is going to be in the future, like probably next year. Right now, focus is in content creation, so those things are a lower priority. Also, no shame in being 1100, so I don't really care about rank too much. Second TC is on the way now for running. And Ganji's on 1 TC, so he's taking full... Oh god! Full organ gun production, but he's struggling. He does end up losing 2 organ guns already. To the monks. Yeah, and he ends up deleting another one over here as well. 2, actually. Not to get converted, so this has been really strong defenses from running. Interestingly enough, it's going to take some time for him to start pulling a hidden villager count. So far, he's just been taking damage or defending. He's not really been able to get ahead in any regard. Yeah, and the organ gun count over here for Ganji is not the highest. Just gotta be careful. There you are. Now only play arena? That's fine. Yeah. Whatever floats your boat, right? Yesterday I was talking to one of the Black Forest community members, and you get the same kind of feeling from them as well. That's one of the beauties about Age of Empires 2. There are so many ways you can play this game. There is Deathmatch, there is Random Map, there is Empire Wars, Arena Clowns, you have the Amigos, Black Forest players as well, only CBA. Custom scenario campaigns! You have just so many ways to enjoy this.
Por Deus, ao seu dispor. Ao seu dispor.
Beautiful. So far the defense for running has been fantastic. Atonement's coming up now for Ganji. So that'll be useful, but he doesn't really have too many monks actually. There's a second TC already out for Ganji, and the third TC is on the way. And we'll say the same for running over here, with the second TC already up, and the third TC actually just came up for running. It's very interesting though, to me still, the running has fallen behind the villager count, given the fact that he was going up faster. Given the fact that he went for the second TC earlier, he struggled to keep up with the villager count. And sure, we saw some villagers go down over here from running to Ganji's units, but not too many. Oh, nice snipe over there from Ganji. Just in time he gets the monk. The unit control was not the best for running, unfortunately. He did a good job though. But he stopped converting the scout for a little while over there with the monk. Now we see the conversions coming up, and it's connecting over here for running. Both players with Atonement will try to go after each other's monks, and so far it's gone in favor of running. And it seems like it's going to be pretty even in the end. Up in the north, we see the monks going down to the organ guns for the most part, though he was able to get two conversions over here with the monks. You know the Wololo mod? I don't think that works with Capturage though, does it? Because I don't think it uses the game files for sound. I think it only uses the game files for graphics. And for some graphics at that, not everything. Not particles, for instance. Which kind of sucks a little bit because I'm very fond of the Gunpowder Particle mod. I have the Wololo mod. Does it work with Capturage? I don't know. Interesting. Oh, right. Yeah. I think Capturage just uses the sounds, the default sounds. I don't think it respects mods for music or for audio, but do not take my word for it. That is just my assumption.
Por Deus.
Here we go, more conversions coming in for running. And we see the conversion coming up for Ganji over here against the monks. He's gonna try to target the... and he's going to get it! Wow, that was really good for Ganji. He ends up getting the best end of the deal over there by quite a lot. He ends up converting the monks, taking the ones that do not get converted, taking down the ones that got converted to the other team. Beautiful. There we go. Full-on clannery over here with full conversions coming up. In the end, seems like running will be able to defend himself after it went so much better for Ganji. Now running does end up with the only organ guns available on the screen anyway. Most of the monks, because of the double monastery over here, I'm pretty sure he was able to clutch it up. Otherwise, it was going to be a little bit rougher. And now it's just going to be a game for the Imperial Age over here, I'm pretty sure, from both players. Let's take a look at the range of the castle over here. It's gotta be really careful. Genji's monks are cheaper too. Correct! The 20% discount. It's going to apply to gold, so the monks. Looking good. We see him trying to deny the castle over there. I think he might actually be able to get away with it. The conversion's coming out though. In the end, he's going to end up getting one of the monks over here. One of the monks do get converted to the other team though. And 2 organ guns get converted back. And he gets the conversions again. Man, full on counter indeed. This is such a great game. Running will be on his way to the Imperial Age. And this goes to show as well, what I was saying was not even comprehensive enough. It's not only Arena that we have also as a very popular game mode, but also a very popular playstyle is going to be the full monk play over here, which isn't necessarily going to be arena tile, right? You can go for this on almost any map, and it's not something that I imagine people who used to play Age of Empires 2 back in the early 2000s or late, you know, 90s would expect the game to be played like. To be fair, I don't think any of those people would probably expect the game to still be alive 20 years later, but here we are. Does running have a university? Let's check. Nope. So he's gonna need to go for one if he wants to get chemistry, masonry. Ganji is going for a university himself, so he can go for chemistry, I assume, and start pumping some bar cannons into the mix. Yeah, the bar cannon for sure. Especially with how much faster he was to the Imperial Age, right? And Ganji's going for heresy. Great.
Por Deus, ao seu dispor.
So we already have the tramps at the very least coming out. And still no university, right? For the red player? No, nothing. So no bombard cannons coming in anytime soon, just a trebuchet. This could provide an opportunity for Ganji to get better traits over here if he does manage to get for some bar cannons. Hey, Heresy's coming out now for riding as well. Neither doing any light cavalry. Not as of now. Block printing and illumination and heresy. Damn, for Ganji. Well, heresy just came in for running. For running. The big issue for running, trying to make a play with monks over here, is that he's going to need absolutely perfect mon micro, as the Malay do not get access to theocracy. So group conversions will use the fate of all monks selected. And yeah, without perfect monk micro over here, he runs the risk of wasting a lot of the fate of many of these monks. So we'll see if he can clutch it up. He's got 20 monks right now. Oh boy. One castle already crumble from Ganji. We'll see another castle go down. He's going for Theocracy now. Once again unavailable to running. Who's going for Conscription instead and blocking out right now. So it seems like both players will make a play for archers. Both get fully upgraded tower ballisters. Yeah. Castle's going down over there from Ganji. And no more castles anymore. That means no arquebuses. That means no organ guns. And it's going to go down to who can make use of the monks better over here. The limited amount of organ guns over here from Ganji is obviously not going to be enough for him to win the game, so. Running's got some good odds over here. He's coming in, keeps on moving forward. Good unit control over there. Notice how he was converted with a group of monks and then he deselected one of those. I'd imagine he probably has 10 groups and 2 monks each. Then maybe he can potentially... Yeah, then maybe he can potentially... Come on. Just try and convert with one group at a time and try to cancel one of the conversions every time. It's going to be very micro intensive though, but it could be really good. We see 4 organ guns, 5 organ guns going down over there, a few monks going down over there from running as well. Yeah, and the relics should go for running now. He's gone for 5. He's gotten 5 rather. Because we know to collect 2, and then we have the third one over here for Ganji, which is very likely going to end up in one of Running's monasteries. So things are looking good for the red player. I mean, take a look at the villager count. Take a look at the military count. The military count is looking so much better for the red player. He's got Karambit warriors. Yeah, boy, and he's on 180 population. So if you prioritize Karambit warrior creation, you could potentially go for 40 more. Yeah, that'd be quite something. He's been massing these for a little bit. Yeah, well, he doesn't really have scale mail armor, but he does have Iron Casting and Blast Furnaces coming up. So these are not the strongest, but they are going to suffice as a meat shield against the scouts. And then the monks will be able to work out of that. And we have 15 monks over here left for running, who's going for the triple trebuchet push. And Ganji, well, boy, seems like he's going to end up going down over here as the game speeds up a little bit. Usually spells bad news for the player on the back foot. And Ganji does call the GG. So Ryan takes game number 1. This is best of 5, of course. So we'll see at the very least 2 more games, but this is a fantastic performance for Running. Well played. And unfortunately, Ganji tried to go for the castle pressure, which I like to see, but it was not strong enough. The execution was not strong enough over there. He needed also some complementary units to hold on against monks, and Running was able to take advantage of the lack of those. And good job from Running, well played. Let's take a look at the achievements before hopping back out. What do we get over here? Taking a look at military first. We'll see for units. A little bit better than 9 to 8k the ratio. Not quite as good as 7 to 6. And for economy, we have a stronger economy for Running over here. Interestingly enough, of course, he did manage to get ahead in work account as well. So from this point onwards, it was going to be so much better for him the longer the game went. He also managed to go up to the Imperial Age significantly faster, although he kind of struggled to go up quite as fast to the Castle Age specifically. Obviously, he was going to be later to the Feudal Age, trying to go for a fast castle as Malay. But he did manage to get a stronger economy because of that. As a matter of fact, we take a look at the economy over here. We draw a line at the 50% mark, and you can see that Running got so many extra resources for so much longer of the game. Actually, the entire game, he had the stronger economy. Well, for the most part, Ganji was able to kind of catch up over here at about 30 minutes or so, 31 minutes or so. But of course, from that point onwards, Running was going to keep on pulling ahead even further as well. And the next game is already here, so what do we get? Once again, we'll be switching, running over to the red color, so it's a little bit easier to see. And it's going to be Italians for running. We have Mayans for Ganji. And the predictions are on for about 4 minutes. You'll be able to predict who you think is going to win game number 2 using your channel points. And we are to see some villages moving forward for Ganji. But obviously these are going to be just to collect some of the deer, some of the fish. And taking a look at the map generation, this is not the best, but he does end up deleting some of the palisades in order to collect from the shorefish that he's got available immediately outside the walls. But unfortunately, this is not the best map generation. Usually, yeah, this is more like it, right? You want to see some of the fish available right next to the deer as well. So if you went for food on the left-hand side, that would have been a little bit better. He would have been able to collect from the fish, but then at the same time also get access to the deer over here. Meanwhile, over here, not so much. First off, he's got only 2 ponds available with this male, while the third pond's going to be a little bit further away. And this one is, or a little bit farther rather, and then the deer over here, they're super far away, so he's gonna have to push. And this is alright. For running on the other hand, well, he's got a mill on the left hand side. It's gonna be kind of a comparable situation as well. He could potentially try to push some of the deer. He's going to do so as well. Both players, notice they are going for the exact same thing. Pushing deer from a farther patch, so they're able to take advantage of the closer patch afterwards. Of course, this is not particularly close for Ganji, and I guess it's probably going to end up just going for another mill on the left hand side to collect from here instead. But yeah, while I wait for the players to go out to the village, although it's not going to be too long, I imagine Ganji's going to be on his way very soon, and so it's going to be running. Let's take a look at the map generation really quickly. What do we get for the blue player? Actually, both players have kind of similar map generations. This goal is side-ish for the blue player. However, it's kind of close to the walls over here, which means that the red player is going to come in over here with the scout. Sorry about that. If he's going to come in with the scout around here, right, he's going to get enough vision to spot the gold. And potentially, he's going to realize about any villagers that might be here from the blue player as well. If we take a look at the map generation for the red player, it's looking somewhat similar, even, you know, if he doesn't really have the gold side-ish, even if the goals are a little bit further forward over here, it doesn't matter because it's still going to be kind of spottable, right? So the blue player coming around here would certainly spot the gold over here with the scout, and he's going to realize about these villages over there as well. So that's a very nice area for Ganji to put some pressure against running. Wait, fast castle over here from both players. Oh, running. Yeah, seems like he's going for it. He's going up on 22 population. 23 population, so it's going to be a fast castle over here as opposed to going up on 24 because of the 15% discount. He won't need quite as much. In Ganji, he's going up on 25 pop actually. So it's going to be a straight fast castle over here for him as well. He's getting the walls up. Well, this is really good. With the walls that Ganji's getting over here, he'll be able to secure the deer, he'll be able to secure the fish. And in the end, the map generation is gonna favor Ganji a little bit because something like this wouldn't really be possible for running unless he went for full walls completely around all of these resources, right? Something like this. Which is, of course, kind of time intensive. Yeah, kind of like what Ganji has gone for. There we go, the barracks are coming up already for Ganji. So he'll be thinking of going for some Eagle Scouts? Was it going to be Archer Range and Blacksmith to go out to the Castle Age? I don't know, like Eagle Scout seems a much better choice if he wants to get some map control. Kind of similar to how players would often go for a stable. And the blacksmith to go up. Yeah, and he's got an archer range on the way. It's overall going to be pretty uneventful until we get to the cast stage, but both players should be on the way very shortly. And Running's already on his way up. Genji, of course, is taking a little bit longer, so he did go up with a few extra villagers. What did Running go for, by the way? He went for a stable, yes, and the blacksmith. So he'll try to get some map control. We'll see some scouts coming out very soon. And Genji, on the other hand, he's got archers coming out, and I don't know about that. He'll be paying less for those. But it's going to take a while before those become strong enough to contest the map. Especially Running gets a few extra scouts out, and then he's able to go for light cavalry. You falling asleep? Well, this is one of the reasons why I kind of enjoy having the possibility of fast forwarding through the earlier stages of these games. When you doesn't record the games. But yeah, this quarterfinal we are casting live, and the semifinals and the grand finals we're gonna cast live as well. And there we go. Castle H is here ready for running. So what is the plan? It's got the resources to go for a second TC, not a third one. What's Ryan gonna do now? Just standard arena play? For the most part, I would imagine. Although, we could see some aggression in the Castle Age over here as opposed to just going for the Imperial Age because of the fact that the walls are palisades and not stone walls. So it doesn't take quite as long to breach through, and Ryan's going for a siege workshop, so it seems like he's going to put some pressure over here and it's not going to be just full boom. Yeah, and you know what? He sold 100 stone. He doesn't have the resources to go for a second TC anymore, so he'll just be putting full pressure. Which is very interesting considering the fact that he was fast up. But against Mayans, well, yeah, he probably does not want to allow the game to go on for very long. Neither of these civilizations is particularly strong in arena. But Mayans are going to scale better in the later stages of the game, so Running definitely wants to put as much pressure as possible here. No monastery for Running, by the way. Is this gonna be full Knights in Siege? It's gonna try and breach through. Ganji's not really been making use of the barracks over here too much, so I don't think he's going to miss it. Definitely, I would like for Ryan to try and get the archer range right after as well. Honestly, would have liked for him to try and target the archer range first, but of course, I would have left the door open for Ganji to go for Eagle Warriors. Although to be fair, it's not like it's super hard to replenish the buildings over here to replace them, right? Going for extra barracks or archer ranges from behind, so it's not too bad. Here we go. Beautiful. Second TC is on the way now for Ganji. And Running. Running scaling the crossbows down over here that Ganji had out in the open. So he should be able to go out and start collecting most of the relics. Actually, we have 4 on the right hand side and only 1 on the left hand side, I think. Oh, or is this an outpost? Actually, these might be outposts. There's 1 relic on the left hand side and there's 1 2, 3 relics on the right. I'm really sure where the 5th one is. Actually, are there 5? Or is this a map with 4 only? No, there is a relic over here. Ganji already walled it in. But he's not taking it. So this is what I wanted to see. The barracks going down and the archer range being targeted right after. While Ganji instead, he's going for his own defensive siege. Gotta be very careful over here as Running's got the hail advantage. Ganji gonna have to clutch it up over here. And he's got his own monastery, so he's gonna start going for monks too. Meanwhile, Running is going for the second DC himself too. Let's take a look. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Nope. 2 for 0. 3 for 0. Boy, that wasn't even close. Running's trades over here are looking so good. He's bringing in a monk as well into the mix. Nice. Yeah, overall it's looking pretty promising for Ryan over here. As long as he plays his cards right, he's got such a military lead over here that he should be in a pretty good spot. Let's bring another mangonel to replenish the one that he just lost, and Ganji's got just the 1 mana left over here. You know, Running seems to be a little bit overcautious though, if you ask me. You know, Mayans don't get redemption, so the monks are not going to be a particular threat. Ju needs to move forward and try to get down the siege workshop. Ideally, he's going after the monastery, but once again, no redemption. I don't think it's going to matter too much. He can go for a few light cavalry and then be done with monks. If he gets the siege workshop and then goes immediately after the TC, there isn't really much for Ganji to do, and Ganji's coming out. He's gonna try to go after the knights right away, and that is a very nice pick over here though for the red player. Let's take a look over here. The attack round over there is going to be good, but good reaction from Ganji as well, as he takes the mangonel down and pulls the monks out. Pulls the monks back. He prevents taking any losses over here, and Running now, he's still looking stronger. He's got a 3rd DC coming up on the very left hand side as well. So far, villager count is kind of neck and neck. It's just a little bit better for Ganji, of course, with Mayans. That is saying quite a lot, but yeah, it's not too bad for Running over here. It seems though like he's kind of running out of steam, and he's got a 2nd mangonel queued up. He's not been prioritizing the push, which seems like a mistake in my opinion. The longer the game goes, the more I'm going to favor Mayans in this matchup specifically. But yeah, Running's probably not thinking the same, or at the very least, he's not prioritizing the push over here too much anymore. There's a good shot though. Well done. Good shot over there for Ganji. Beautiful. Gets the mangonel. Oh! Check this out. Run is actually trapping the deer. Nice. 3rd, this is on the way now for Ganji on the right hand side. Beautiful. Running's got only 1 mana left. He does have another one popping out of the siege workshop. Here we are. We have a little bit of pressure coming up from running around the map, but won't be able to do too much. He gets 2 villagers with the knight over here. Actually, yeah, 2 villagers. But he's unable to deny the TC, and it's going to be 3 TCs for both players. Ryan's been able to get ahead in villager count a little bit, but Ganji should be able to keep up with villager production after he gets the TC up, so it's going to be pretty close. And it seems to me like it should be pretty uneventful until we get to the Imperial Age or something, because the manas are going down over there to the converted units. That was very close though. One more hit and the mana will have gone down. He's trying to go after the knight once again, but that's a nice mango shot. The monk's going down now for Ganji. Wow. And Ryan is back on the lead over here. Putting pressure. Getting some villagers on the left hand side actually with the knight over here. How many was he able to get? He managed to get 4 villagers, so Ganji's reaction over here was as low as mine. But the quick walls though from Ganji do work out quite well. And the knight's getting trapped over there. Of course, this is going to result in a conversion most likely. We see the monk coming over already. Nice. And yeah, Ryan instantly deletes the knight. He knows. Here we are. Pretty good defense for Ganji still with siege. And it's been the same thing for the last 10 minutes or so, just fighting over this area with siege. Now finally we see something else happening. Ryan is going for a castle on the right hand side. Interestingly enough, Ganji is thinking of going up to the Imperial Age, but he's not being collecting stone at all, so won't be able to go for a castle anytime soon. Nice conversion from Ganji as well, but the monk's most likely going down, the village is most likely going down as the castle comes up. Yeah, and you know, Imperial Age without a castle for Ganji won't really be too advantageous, as he won't be able to go for trebuchets. And obviously, American civilizations do not get bar cannons.
Shot it.
Here we are. So yesterday I mistakenly said that today's quarterfinal was going to take place at 16 GMT. I'm not really sure they changed the time or if I was wrong from the get-go. But yeah, I'm glad that we are past 16 GMT right now, and we are just in game number 2. So anybody who might have come in 1 hour late because of what I said yesterday, they're just missing one game. Here we are, Imperial Age is on the way now for Ryan as well.
Davish. Atut.
Is there a monk underneath the castle? Yes. The one monk that Ryan cannot actually get.
Davish. Davish.
Hey, Silver Arrow, by the way. Welcome. Time to convert some villagers. I guess you could try. Is the monk full faith? It is full faith. Yeah. Yeah, he could try. That'll be a little bit disruptive for running if he had to garrison the village inside the castle. Now garrison them on the right hand side and take the monks down. The one monk down, rather. PH is going to be here. So Ganji does indeed go up faster. He does go for a lot of stone miners. And he does have the resources now to go for a castle. Unfortunately, it's not in time for him to start going for choices right away. So he's got to get the castle up in the first place. And he's got to be careful over there. No! Yeah, boy. Do not go for a castle in front of 2 mangonels. Don't waste the stone. He's going for the castle on the left-hand side now. Oh, but wait a moment, though. What happened over here? I look away for 1 second. And the mangonels go down instantly. Were these low HP or something? I know that it was not conversions. It's got to be just one good mango shot. Wow. Wow, that was really, really good from Ganji. He even survives with his own mangonel. Yeah, 2 kills right there. Nice. Hey, there we go. You asked for it, you got it, man. But Monk is going too far out, and now the castle takes it down. So it was a very short-lived play. And running, once again, because he does have the castle already, by the time he gets to the Imperial Age, is going to be able to start pumping trebs. So we see the first trebuchet come out over here, while Ganji, on the other hand, does not even have the one trebuchet queued up. Plus running gets another castle on the left-hand side. He can go for another trebuchet. Still no trebs from Ganji at all, and he's got the resources. This is the conscious decision. Not going for trebs over here, which could result in a lot of pain very soon. Army count's gonna start ramping up now, especially for running, who's already gotten to 130 villages. He doesn't need much more economy than this. Ganji, on the other hand, he's not in the best shape right now, even with Mayans, 84 villagers. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch against what Running's got to work with. So the game's looking really good for the red player. Take a look at military and villager count. Take a look at the score, and it's substantially higher for him. He's the only player who's been going for trebuchets, and only now Ganji's going for it. And what took so long? I do not know, but I tell you what this is going to result in. A lot of pain for Ganji, in a pretty good position for running after getting both these castles down very soon. Yeah, he's not really gonna have to worry about much of anything, and honestly, Ganji's not even going to keep on trying as he calls a GG over here. Running takes game number 2, and let's go and take a look at the achievements before hopping out and waiting for game number 3. What do we get over here? For military, a very nice KD for running, and not only a very nice KD, he did manage to get a good amount of conversions, although the conversion to the surgeon ratio, or the CD, was higher for Ganji. It was by a very small margin. If you amount for both the KD and the CD, it was so much better for running. Not even close. Economy was much stronger for him as well, collecting about 9,000 extra resources or close to it. Was the first player to go both to the feudal and Imperial Ages, and even though he struggled to get to the Imperial Age quite as fast as Ganji, his economy was so much stronger. He already had the castles up, and he was in a much better position to get it push going, even if he was going up later. Well done. Yeah. Anyway, game number 3 is already here. Let's switch the colors once again. And Running's playing with Poles, Ganji's playing with Byzantines. Once again, a very interesting matchup. Byzantines have been very strong on Arena. And, yeah, Running on the other hand. It's going to have Poles. In order to spend this much money, has to be a hack. Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate the security measures, though, because if I did get hacked, I would like the hacker not to get access to the account anymore and have control over that. But it just happens to be very inconvenient when it's actually... There is no way for the system to tell, obviously. And now I gotta go through a bunch of stuff, but it's fine, it's fine. I should be able to. House plus Fallback build? Yeah. You already get extra population from this, right? So that's good. Is that worth it since running is now on Strylers? I guess it's... Is he... He's going right away for the Llama Cup over here a little bit... Yeah, a little bit later. Honestly? I think it might be worth it. I think it might be worth it. We are going to find out. His food economy has been a little bit stronger compared to Ganji's. He chops 75 from a straggler. Yeah, not right away. This one is 26 over here, so he didn't end up getting a bunch. But if he has 4 villages, that's going to be... It's not going to be too inefficient because that only signifies 2 trips. Actually, 1 trip, and then he went for the lumber camp. Now he's going for the second lumber camp. Yeah, it's not too bad. Probably just a few seconds of idle villager time, or extra traveling time rather. Hey, anonymous gifter, thank you so much for the gifted sub, and welcome back to the club. Our base, that is 13 months now in a row, and very much appreciated. Anonymous gifter, I do not know who this is, or is anyone going to take credit for it? Let me know. Yeah, no problem. Anonymous gifter's got your back. Yeah, no, overall's looking pretty good. Ryan's been able to collect all the deer, I think. He ended up pushing everything. This is pretty standard, of course, and we're gonna see the same thing happen for Ganji. He's pushing deer right now. There's only 1 left over here. But he's been going for it a little bit later, and the build does not seem quite as smooth for him. So Ryan's economy should be a little bit stronger. Let's actually take a look at gather economy time. You know what? It's a little bit higher for Ganji. It might be the struggler over here. A little bit of extra walking time, I guess, for Ryan's villagers. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it makes enough of a difference, actually. And it's very close right now for both players, actually. It's going to be only 30 seconds of difference. Let me take a look at the amount of resources collected then for both. Neck and neck. Yeah. About 100 more or so for Ganji. There we go. Few villages here for both players, and it's going to be a market in the stable for running. Taking a look at Ganji, on the other hand, he's got a blacksmith and market coming up over here, which means that running is most likely going to end up getting most of the map control and potentially most of the relic collected, I would imagine. Oh, I completely forgot about game number 2's prediction, sorry. Yeah. Thank you, our base. Guys, predictions are now on for 5 minutes for who wins game number 3. And this is match point already, so this could very well be the last game of the series. However, if you want to believe in Ganji, you probably want to show some support in the form of bones. Yeah, and the predictions are open right now, so for the next 5 minutes, and I don't think we're going to have too much action in the next 5 minutes. You can predict. Option 1, Ganji. Option 2, running. I think, right? Oh, is it 2 minutes actually? I thought it was going to be 5 minutes. My bad. It's 1 minute left. 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Just about as long as it's going to take for the guys to get to the castle age. Nice, nice. We see some predictions coming in already. 9k for running. 5k for Ganji. A shortened since it's already so clear who has the advantage. I know, right? Game's basically over already. Might as well just call it off. Anyway, there we go. Castle gonna be here for Ganji. He does have enough resources to go for 1 extra TC. Running does so as well, but Running seems like he's gonna have enough to go for 2 additional TCs. I'm kind of wondering if he's gonna try and save the resource to go for a castle though. He's getting close to 400 already. And Ganji, he's got double monasteries coming up. You know, he doesn't really have any map control. I mean, he's got some spearmen, but these are very low mobility. And Running should be able to still get monks down with the scouts over here, no problem. He's got 3 scouts, so it's going to be 1 swoop for him to get the monks down. You just gotta keep an eye on what Ganji's going for. And you know what? If he goes forward and he scouts close to the walls, he's going to spot both these monasteries. Genji's not gonna get outclowned anymore. What do we have for Running? Of course, we have double monastery over here for him as well. And he'll keep on collecting stone as well, so we'll see potential for a castle very soon as well. Here we go. Yeah, Running is going after the relics already. And we see now the conversion's coming up. It's trying to go after the spearman, but won't be able to do too much. And the monk's going down. Yeah, well done. Yeah, the spearman doesn't really do too much over there. So Ganji's going to end up getting the relic. That's going to be 1 relic for him. 1 relic already in for Running. Yeah, and then he's gonna try to go after the 2 relics over here. This one down the south, he's not going to need any protection to secure the collection off. And then this one up in the north, he certainly will need to bring the scouts and keep them at hand in case that Ganji was trying to go for that one instead. Genji's going for this relic on the right hand side. He's going to get sniped, I think. Yes, sir, the conversion's not coming in fast enough. There we go. And the monk's getting the collection over here, so that's going to be... Oh! Can he get the scout over here on the left? No! He got it! So he will end up getting this one. He will end up getting this one as well. And there's only 1 relic left on the right-hand side over here, and Ganji seems like he's going to end up collecting it. So it's going to be, in the end, 3-2. Favoring Running right now for relic distribution. And it's overall pretty good. I know if I like 3 TCs here for Running. Well, again, just gonna start putting some pressure. And Running's collecting stone quite heavily right now with 7 villagers, so as long as he gets enough stone and is able to go for something like a castle over here, for instance, perhaps. Yeah, that should be enough for him to prevent Ganji from doing any damage from the front. And then he should get away with a 3 TC play. Ganji's going for the 3rd TC himself as well, so he's not going to fall behind by too much. You really want that castle on the folwark farms? Yes. Castle's instrumental to prevent Ganji from doing any damage with Castle H units. And the folwark, of course, the folwark, you know, just going to be so good for his economy. We could potentially see, you know, Schlachta privileges, full knight, or potentially cavalier production if he gets to the Imperial Age. We have some scouts from running though, roaming around. These are like cavalry already. Could potentially try and go after the Mangonel. Try to target some of the monks later. What about Winged Hussar? Instead, Ganji insists on going monks? Yeah, that could be also good. Then use bombard cannons, use the gold for bombard cannons. Yeah, that could be really good actually. Even against Pikemen, the Winged Hussar are going to be much better compared to standard cavalry units. Standard scout line units, of course. And hand cannoneer. Yeah, or Obuch. Yeah, against Byzantines, I'll probably prefer the Obuch, I guess. Or the hand cannoneer. I guess it depends on what Ganji goes for. There's a possibility for cataphracts, but I guess there isn't really a cast right now for Ganji, and he doesn't seem to be particularly interested in that, so Obuch might just work out fine. Nice reaction from running, pulling the man right away. Should be able to get away with this as well. Most likely. Yes, sir. Probably the barracks afterwards. Ronnie ends up just deleting this. He's gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age. Ganji's getting very close to going out to the Imperial Age as well. And with a castle, Ronnie should already prevent Ganji from getting much further down his economy, right? Unfortunately, though, he might end up losing some of the relics over here. Or all of these. The Imperial Age head start for running is not too significant though. Notice, he's only ahead by 2 seconds. However, he's the only player with a castle currently, and Ganji is kind of in a similar position compared to the previous game where he will be able to go for a castle, but not before he gets to the Imperial Age, so Ranning's still going to be in a much better position. If he realizes about Ganji's castle potentially coming out, going for Treves is going to be much faster for running. He's gonna be able to get those out significantly sooner. However, he's got these monks and pikemen still to worry about, and it seems like he's going to make a play for archers actually. He's got Balkinaro coming up, he's got archers queued up. University on the way as well for chemistry and ballistics. Yeah, and the stone situation is not the best for Ryan right now, but I don't imagine it's going to be too difficult for him to get access to this stone. Once he gets to the Imperial Age, should be able to push these units out for the most part pretty easily. We see not too many crossbows. So actually, how many archer ranges? He's got 4 archer ranges. He's not really producing for too many. Okay, now. Archers, how many archer ranges do we have over here? It's always been the case. Ganji struggled to keep up. Ryan's already on 4 archer ranges. Ganji's already on 2. It's only on 2. Ryan's already on 8 crossbows. Ganji's on 1. 10-1 right now for Ryan and Ganji. And of course, with this production being so much stronger from Ryan, he should be in a good spot. He's got Thumbring coming in. He's already finished researching Bracer. Chemistry is going to be here in 30 seconds, so these will be fully upgraded for attack. And all that we are missing is obviously just the defense upgrades. And I think ballistics. I'm not really sure if he's gone for ballistics already. I think he probably hasn't. I think as soon as he got to the Imperial Age, he went for chemistry. But yeah, there we go. The church is already out, and Ganji is only now getting the castle up, so he cannot really go for. He cannot really keep up, that is. And there is a second turret coming out over here from running. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, Faith is coming in for running. I don't think Ganji's been playing too heavily into monks too much anymore, right? I mean, he's got 5 monks over here, and he did go for 2 monasteries, but he didn't really commit to it. Now he's got he's on full crossman production. In running, I don't think running knows too much what Ganji's going for, actually. He was sending a villager forward to get the outposts up, and now Ganji's coming in over here with the monks, the mangonel. And Arbalesters on the way now for running. We don't have Arbalesters yet for Ganji, but he's showing his hand. He's showing his hand. The outpost here for running, and he can see the pikemen and the crossbows. So Arbalesters will absolutely dominate. He's got ballistics coming out right now as well. 4 trebuchets. Running's push over here seems like it's going to be just so much stronger. He's got powder arch armor as well, while Ganji's got that as well. Yeah, the rest of the upgrades are not quite as good for Ganji, of course, namely the lack of Arbalesters. He's going for skirmishers right now instead. He's got tank queued up. Running's going to, you know, the window of opportunity is going to shot for the red player if he does not come out soon and starts shredding. Here he comes. We have Cavalier on the way now for Ryan as well. We might see Schlack the privileges if he hasn't gone for it already, and that's going to be so much harder for Ganji to hold on against when he's going for skirmishers against the Arbalesters. Those skirmishers obviously will get completely wiped out by any 9-line unit. So this is looking really good. All the monks are going down. The skirmishers, the crossbows, everything falls to pieces from Ganji, and Ryan is going to deploy all his trebuchets. Take the castle down with 4 trebuchets over here. Even Ganji's targeting the trebuchets from running. Running should still have enough to take the castle down, even with the 40% extra HP we get for Byzantine buildings in the Imperial Age. Ganji's taking this castle down, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how long it's going to take. He's doing a really good job. It's going down in a moment, and now we see Schlack the privileges coming in for running. So a lot of Cavalier will start pouring for the red player to complement the Arbalester army. He's got some stables coming up over here in addition to the ones he already had before. And I think he should be able to take this, right? He's going for Cavalier. He's going right now, and I think, you know, I would be really surprised if Ganji called the GG the moment he saw the Cavalier start pouring in. You know, there's another cast coming up for Ganji over here. And there we go, the Cavalier coming in. It's going to be a good meat shield, even against Pikeman. All he's got to do is just try and prevent the Arbalistas from being out on their own, naked into the open, right? So, just very good unit control. He's keeping up. Yeah, and Ganji's going to call the GG right there. And boy, that was a dominating series from running. Not even close, 3-0. He moves on to the semifinal. We'll take a look at the brackets in a second, but yeah. Remember, semifinals and grand finals will play on Friday and Saturday. Let's take a look at the achievements then one more time. We'll see a very nice KD for Mr. Running, getting better than 2-1, plus the conversion and desertion ratio over here was so much better for Running, getting 10 conversions and only losing 1 unit to conversions. Stronger economy for him as well, collecting about 4,000 extra resources, and we have a higher work account for Ganji. So that's going to be about it, and we'll go back. And Dan, boy, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. That is a lot of support. And it's very much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great finally being back on the grind. After being inactive for quite a bit during or after the RMS Cup 2. Now we're back at it.